The blood, the gold, and the game. They think we'll never notice. Let me spell out a horror story the world refuses to look at directly. Sudan is bleeding so the rich boys in Dubai can polish. Their gold bars and the global powers can prep their shiny new currency games. And every time somebody tries to speak this truth out loud, the international community suddenly gets laryngitis. Sudan isn't just a conflict. It's not a tragedy happening over there. It is mass slaughter. It is resource extraction. And it is a pipeline of human suffering running straight into the vaults of the very nations pretending to be neutral arbiters of peace. You want to know what's fueling this war? Gold. Not oil, not ideology. Raw, uncut gold ripped out of the ground by starving men, by boys, by people whose villages have been burned, whose churches have been shelled, whose families have been erased. The RSF and SAF, two monsters eating the same country from opposite ends, aren't fighting for democracy. They're fighting for the mines, period. Control the mines. Control the exports. Control the hard currency. Control the war. And where does all that gold go? Dubai. Not metaphorically. Not vaguely. Literally 95%, 99% of Sudan's exports flow straight into the UAE. The same UAE that keeps batting its eyelashes at Western diplomats and saying, "Oh goodness, us? Arm a genocidal militia? We would never." Except the UN caught the flight logs. Except the weapons traced right back to Emirati. Supply lines disguised as humanitarian aid. Except Sudan dragged them to the International Court of Justice for complicity in genocide. But sure, they're innocent. Meanwhile, Christians in the Nuba Mountains are being bombed in their sleep. A school in Kumo lost 48 children in a single drone strike. Women in Darfur are being hunted and enslaved. Villages in Kordofan are being burned into negative space. People are dying so violently and so frequently that the UN can't even keep the death count current. And what happens next? The gold scraped from their land is smuggled through Chad, Libya, Egypt, funneled into Dubai's gold souks where it magically becomes clean. Like we're supposed to pretend we don't know where the dirt under those gold bars came from. Let me be painfully clear. Sudan's victims are not just collateral damage. They are the cost of doing business. Because this isn't just about warlords. It's not just about the RSF's sadistic rampages or SAF's indiscriminate bombings. This is about global currency power. While the West sleeps, while America's attention span is microwaved into 30-second outrage cycles, the UAE quietly becomes the world's laundry machine for conflict gold. Gold that can then be used by Russia to evade sanctions, Wagner networks to fund shadow wars, BRICS states, building gold reserves for a future non-dollar system, Gulf monarchies, padding vaults for a world where the dollar is no longer the sun, everything orbits. And Sudan? Sudan is the sacrificial lamb of this new era. Its civilians are the offering. Its Christians are the forgotten dead. Its gold is the currency of the next geopolitical shift. You want to know the most disgusting part? When the UAE briefly froze Sudanese air routes and gold flows, Sudan's currency collapsed almost 40% in weeks. That's how tight the chokehold is. The UAE can turn the Sudanese pound into dust with a single policy twitch. And that is the kind of power you only get when you control someone's lifeline. So yes, Sudan is a battlefield, but not just between SAF and RSF. It's a battlefield between dollar versus de-dollarization, BRICS gold strategy versus Western finance, sanctioned states versus the rules-based order, human life versus global wealth extraction. And the Sudanese people, Muslims, Christians, everyone, are trapped in the crossfire of a war they did not choose and a currency game they never agreed to play. The world pretends this is complicated. It's not. Sudan is being killed for its gold. Its gold is being funneled to Dubai. Dubai's gold market is fueling global power shifts, and the blood of Sudanese civilians is drying on the bars that will back someone else's currency one day. This is not foreign policy. This is not geopolitics. This is industrialized human sacrifice dressed up as international trade. And until people finally accept that Sudan is not an accident, not a tragedy, but a resource extraction crime scene on a continental scale, nothing will change. But I promise you this, history is going to judge the silence around Sudan the same way it judges every civilization that watched a genocide happen in real time and said, well, that's complicated. No, it's not complicated. It's evil with a business plan.